Hey guys, it's Jessica. I don't know if you guys can tell or not, my nerves are kind of frazzled. My 3-year-old is being a hellion, so I had to stick him in the bathtub just to be able to do a video. But I wanted to go ahead and do this video. I wanted to do it yesterday and I forgot about it. And if you notice, if I start talking about something and I get in really deep and then all of a sudden I jump to something else, that's one of my alters. That's when they jump in and say what they want to say, and then they go back and I forget what I was talking about. So that's what the problem is there. Okay, what I wanted to talk about, I had a very, very dark moment, a very dark place that I went to about 2 years ago. It was back in 2014, no, 2016, December of 2016. I had, I don't want to give too much detail because my husband doesn't like that. There were some issues had with the neighbors across the street. I had been with those people for 7 years. Like, they were my family. I called her my mama. I called them my brothers. I called the girls my nieces. We were all very close, and something very bad happened, and now they no longer like me at all. They will not speak to me. That was very traumatic to me, that I lost that many people in one day over something that was not even all my fault, and the person that it was half their fault, or more than half their fault, he got treated like nothing ever happened. Like everything was just fine and dandy, like everything was a-okay, and I get treated like shit, and nobody likes me, everybody hates me and talks about me or whatever. But you know what, I don't give a shit about that. Let them talk, I don't care. The thing is, after that happened, as a matter of fact, it all started right here where I'm sitting. It was, I know it was morning, and I was in the bathroom floor, and my 3-year-old opened the door because he had woken up and said, "What's wrong, Mommy?" And I looked down and I was naked, and I had razors, and I was cutting both of my wrists just as hard as I could. Well, as soon as I figured out what I was doing, when he walked in and snapped me out of it, I stopped, and I called my husband squalling. I called my daddy. He tried to call the ambulance. I told him I wasn't going anywhere, that it was just something that happened. It'll stop. That wasn't the first time. That was only the beginning of the cutting. Because of that loss of those friends that I had a tremendous amount of anger, a lot of anger, and a lot of pain. Yeah, my pupils are dilated because they're all looking at you. They want to know what's going on. Anyway, that was very painful for me, very traumatic for all of us. I mean, and when I get upset and they get upset, we all get upset together, and it's like it affects all of us, and that makes it like 8 times worse, you know, because there's seven alters in me. That's 8 people. What was I saying? So, like, it got really bad. I wasn't seeing my psychologist because our insurance was changing and it was messed up or something. So I wasn't able to see him or talk to him. I didn't really know what to do. It kept happening, and I remember one time whoever did it was one of my alters, and it was one that I didn't know at the time. And she was taking the razor blade and going across my wrist and saying, "Slide it like a debit card, bitch. Slide it like a debit card, bitch." I mean, just like trying to get me to cut harder, you know. I was able to stop that finally, and I came in the house, and my husband saw my wrist or whatever. I ended up going to Marshall Pickens for like 2 days. All they did was evaluate me and change my medication, which needed to be done. That was a very good thing that they did, and they set me up with a psychologist. I don't see her anymore because she moved out of town, but I'm currently looking for another psychiatrist. I have a psychologist. And really, I don't think I need a psychiatrist because all they do is give you pills. My family doctor does that for me, so I think I'll just stick with my psychologist. But if you ever have that feeling like you need to do something, you need to make yourself feel pain, you need to, cut yourself, just take a minute and think about what you're doing. Try to pull yourself out of it and just take a minute and breathe, and you'll realize that that's not what you need to do. I know it's easier said than done. Just, that saying's more true than I'll ever know, but it's the God's honest truth. It's easier said than done, but like I said, it can be done because I have overcome that, finally, I hope. And I have tattoos. Jackson, stop it, please. I have tattoos covering them. This one says, "I refuse to sink." It's got an anchor on it. And this one says, excuse me, let me move my watch. It says, she is a warrior in the battle against herself, and it's watercolors. So I've gotten all those nasty scars covered up, most of them. But yeah, that's something that I had a lot of problems with that. So if anybody needs to talk, if you need somebody to talk to about that, if you have a problem with that and you don't have anybody else to talk to, message me. Stop it, Jackson. I promise I will get back to you without him in the background in my ear. Any questions you have, anything, just no matter how minute it may be, or you may think it's little, it may be big, just any questions, let me know, and if not, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.